Sure, here's a short, energetic story written to match the rhythm, excitement, and drama of a Michael Jackson-style dance performance. Think, smooth criminal, meets, thriller, with a cinematic feel. Musical note story title, Midnight Beat. Scene, a dark city alley at midnight. Fog creeps along the ground. Neon signs flicker. A lone street lamp casts a pale blue glow on the wet pavement. Silence, until the beat drops. The moment the first snap of the beat hit the night, he stepped out of the shadows. Sharp hat tilted low, jacket gleaming like black fire under the moonlight. He wasn't just walking, he glided, smooth as silk, each step a silent rhythm echoing through the city's heart. The alley wasn't empty for long. From the fog, shadows twisted and took form, figures in torn suits and glowing eyes. They were the forgotten, the lost dancers of a world buried beneath time. Their feet tapped to an ancient beat only he could awaken. He spun. The street lamp flickered. They advanced. But he didn't run. He leaned. A gravity-defying tilt that made time freeze. He snapped his fingers once, and the whole world moved. The beat picked up. Musical notes boom, tap, snap, slide. Musical notes. His shoes slid across the pavement like ice skates on fire. Each movement, controlled chaos. A spin sharp enough to cut air. A moonwalk so smooth it bent reality. His hands popped and locked like magic spells. They tried to trap him in, but he was everywhere, on the wall, on the hood of a car, up the fire escape. His dance wasn't just motion, it was a language. He told a story with every turn, every beat. A story of a man who couldn't be caught, couldn't be broken. Lightning cracked across the sky. For a moment, everything stood still. He turned, struck a pose, hat brim low, hand on heart, and time shattered. A final boom, and the ground lit up beneath his feet, forming a glowing MJ in blue fire. The shadows backed away, defeated, and just like that, he was gone. Back into the mist. Only the rhythm remained. Would you like this adapted into a full performance script, music video concept, or short film scene? Absolutely. Here's part 2 of Midnight Beat, continuing the story with even more energy, mystery, and signature Michael Jackson-style choreography. This section introduces new characters, raises the stakes, and keeps the dance at the center of the action. Midnight Beat, Part 2, The Mirror Gang. The alley was quiet again, for a second. Then, crash, glass shattered above. From the windows of the towering building overhead, sleek figures dropped down, perfect reflections of the man in the hat. Same fedora, same shoes, same gleam in their eyes. But something was wrong. Their movements were off. Too stiff, too sharp, like puppets mimicking a master. They moved in unison, robotic, soulless. They were the Mirror Gang, a group forged from stolen moves and twisted style. Artificial, cold, the real man, let's call him Jax, watched them carefully. He tapped his foot, once, twice, beat dropped, musical notes tick-tick, tap, boom. Musical notes. Suddenly, Jax launched into a fierce new routine. Electric footwork, spins with lightning trails, chest pops that rippled through the air. The ground beneath him pulsed with every move, lighting up in purple and gold. The Mirror Gang responded with syncopated moves, same steps, different soul. They copied, they imitated, but they couldn't feel the rhythm. Jax smiled. He glitched. 1 second he was in front of them, the next, POW, he exploded into 6 silhouettes, dancing across the walls, the ground, even the smoke. Each silhouette had its own beat, its own voice in the music. He was the music. The Mirror Gang hesitated. Their formation broke. One by one, they faltered, unable to keep up with the raw, unpredictable spirit in Jax's moves. Then came the climax move, a blinding spin into a levitating kick that echoed like thunder. The street cracked. Light burst upward. Jax landed in a perfect freeze. Silence. The Mirror Gang shattered like glass. Gone. Behind him, the wall of the alley creaked and split open, revealing a glowing corridor made of mirrors. At the end of it, a golden door, pulsing like a heartbeat. A whisper echoed through the wind. Greater than, you've passed the first test, Jax. But the true rhythm lies beyond. He looked back once, then walked forward into the light. Hat low, heels clicking, music rising, To be continued. Want to continue into the mirror corridor in part 3? Or should we add a female dance rival? Maybe a full-blown dance battle on a rooftop? Let me know your vibe and I'll match it. Perfect. Let's bring the rhythm home. Here is the final part of Midnight Beat, designed like the climax of a full-blown Michael Jackson short film, mysterious, cinematic, explosive, with dance as the weapon, the message, and the magic. Midnight Beat, Part 3, The Heart of Rhythm. Jax stepped through the golden door. What lay beyond was nothing and everything. A massive black and silver ballroom floating in a void of stars. The floor reflected the cosmos. Every step echoed across galaxies. At the far end, a grand mirror, taller than any building, wider than the sky. It pulsed with light, then it spoke. Greater than, you've danced through shadow. Fought imitation, but only one can carry the heart of rhythm. From the mirror, a figure emerged. She wore red. Her boots struck the floor like thunder. Her gloves shimmered with diamonds. She didn't glide, she stormed. Fierce, fiery, untouchable. Her name was Nova, the rival, the equal, the final challenge. She threw him a nod, and suddenly, boom, musical notes. The beat returned, faster, sharper, alive. Musical notes. It was no fight, it was a conversation in motion. Jax twisted into a gravity-defying lean, Nova snapped into a tornado spin. He moonwalked in a circle, she stomped the stars into dust. They traded moves like swords, pop, lock, slide, strike. Sparks flew from their shoes. The mirror reflected their every step in golden light. Then, they moved together, in sync, perfect rhythm. The ballroom lit up in colors the universe had never seen. They weren't battling anymore, they were amplifying each other. She hit a high kick, he answered with a spin that shook the stars. They formed one silhouette, two forces, one soul. In their final move, they leapt, spun midair, back to back, and landed in a pose that shattered the mirror. Crack! The mirror exploded in a wave of sound and light, revealing a glowing crystal floating above the dance floor, the heart of rhythm. It pulsed with every beat, alive with soul, funk, fire. The voice returned. Greater than, you are the rhythm. Together, you are unstoppable. Jax and Nova looked at each other. No words, just a shared smile. Then, with one synchronized stomp, they lit the whole ballroom ablaze with music. The stars danced. The beat would never die. Final shot. They walked off into the stars, heels clicking, shadows dancing behind them, leaving behind only a trail of light and the sound of a perfect groove. Musical notes fade out with a signature MJ spin. Would you like this as a short film script, music video storyboard, or animated video concept? I can break it into scenes or choreograph sections to actual MJ tracks like Jam or Blood on the Dance Floor, if you'd like.